We are kicking off our Indy Pass season, our first inaugural Indy Pass season at a completely new to us mountain. Hi, I'm Shelby. Me and my mom are exploring the East Coast using the Indy Pass this year for the 2024-2025 season. And our first stop is Greek Peak Ski Resort in Cortland, New York. If all goes according to plan, we will be rating mountains on the things that we find important. So that's going to be terrain, customer service, the people who ski here, and of course the lodge and vibes and overall experience. So come along as we explore the mountain and give you our ratings along the way. We're 2 hours in. What do you think so far?
I like it. It's very pleasant. It was a good first start, and I think if you came back when the glades were open, it could be very interesting. That's my review so far.
Yeah. Back from my Greek Peak trip. Let's just recap thoughts about Greek Peak. For me, this is probably one of the most fun mountains I've been to in a long time. Now, the caveat being, I have not made it past the Adirondacks in years. Greek Peak gets a lot of points for a lot of different little things that make a big difference. One of the things I want to say is just like 5 out of 5 the customer service and the employees. Just from the people scanning tickets in the lift lines to the guest services, the cafeteria where we got lunch the first day, all of these interactions I had with employees were just so pleasant. And for me, customer service is so important. Little things that they have that make a big difference to me, there are a lot of racks for bags. The lower level of the lodge, if there was a wall, there was a rack that was made to hold bags. So I just love that it was really easy to find somewhere to put our thing. So being able to go get my water and drink it and then go back out, it just makes a difference because I'm so used to like having to like fight for a spot for my bag to go. They have free Wi-Fi. Not that you need Wi-Fi when you're skiing, but at the end of the whole trip, my mom and I were at the bar. We were watching the football game, Go Bills. And I wanted to send her photos from the weekend. So it was really nice to be able to hop onto their Wi-Fi and send those photos. The mountain, the terrain, it's really unique in that it's not exactly a high altitude area of the country, of the East Coast, but I felt challenged. I felt like it went high enough. I felt like the trails were long enough. They were short enough that we weren't, totally wrecked by the end of a run, but we had an option of going really hard, not taking any breaks and getting that full workout in, or finding little spots to stop and break up the trail still. There were a lot of unique spots. They have glades. There's a lot of opportunity to get to the woods, to get into the trees. The Black Diamonds, there were options between headwalls and just steeps. There were racing hills that you could work on. A lot of variety in that. This is a very beginner-friendly mountain. This mountain had a lot of green opportunity. It also had a lot of different stages, from areas of teaching that involved no lift to moving to a surface lift to a bunny hill to full green opportunities from every single peak. It is definitely a beginner, family-friendly mountain, but it is also great for the advanced skier, snowboarder, especially if you are like an East Coast steeps and trees kind of person. You are going to be satisfied with your experience at Greek Peak. To cover the ratings, as far as terrain, I would probably give it an honest 3 out of 5. It's great terrain for what it is. Is there better on the East Coast? Absolutely. If you can get to where the mountains actually are, it's a much different experience. But for what they have to work with, I felt like there was a great variety. Some of these trails were really unique. And overall, I enjoyed riding any trail I got onto. The customer service is, the people who work there, 5 out of 5. Absolutely, from what I said before. The people who go there, yes, I'm a little judgy, but it's important to know what kind of crowds are attracted to the mountains you're going to. And overall, I liked our crowds, especially from the day. We were there on a Saturday where there were school groups, and everyone seemed pretty aware. As the twilight ticket came in, I know from my own experience, like, mountains shift when there is night skiing and who's coming out for a twilight ticket. That's when people started kind of like cutting us off and getting a little too close and going a little too fast by the lift lights. So I'm gonna give them a 3 out of 5 as well. Lodges, we love the vibes. We have family members who don't ski, and it's easier to sell them on a ski weekend if they're gonna enjoy being around the mountain. I'm sorry, Greek Peak didn't have it. They have good lodges, but it's not exactly a place where you want to like bring your book, bring a deck of cards and hang out. There are plenty of places to do those things, but I couldn't see it a place where a lot of people would want to hang out when they're not the ones going out on the mountain. I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 5 for vibes. I got super lost because of construction, but we're back now. The overall rating for Greek Peak. This is where I have to say, like, for context, I live in Western New York. The closest mountains to me would be Bristol Mountain, Swain, Holiday Valley, and Greek Peak. Like, those are the closest mountains to me. So Greek Peak for me is a 4 out of 5. I look forward to going back. I like the terrain. I like the variety. We didn't get bored. Just like even to the point where we went out again. I only thought we'd go out on the first day, but with the Indy Pass you get 2 redemptions, and we're not going to be able to make it back this year. My mom and I went out again this morning just to like hit our favorite runs because we enjoyed them so much. So that's my overall rating. It was a fun day that my legs gave out before I wanted them to. Like, I think that's a sign of a really good mountain and a really good experience. And that was Indy Pass Redemption 1. So we've got a few more planned for 2025, and I'm looking forward to seeing what else we explore. Live